So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So what I have here today is the all-new 2024 BMW X5 xDrive30d M Sport. Yeah, it's a long name. So I already did a review of the pre-facelift model. Link of that will be in the description down below. Ironically, they're both white. And anyway, I did love driving that car. So this will be just a walk-around tour, FYI, but hopefully I can drive this soon. I'd like to thank everyone here again at Auto Ali BMW, Miss Dimple, and to Miss Nelsie for making this walk-around tour possible. So what do you get now with this X5 LCI? LCI meaning life cycle impulse. That's BMW's way of saying this is a facelift model. So you get a new front fascia here now, along with your massive kidney grille. Yet again, ground clearance is now at 214 millimeters, which is a bit taller than the pre-facelift model. And two, you have real vents here on either side. So this being the M Sport variant, this is equipped with the M aerodynamic package. There's a lot of shadow line materials like on the roof rails and on the window sills. So very good on this design too, that there is not much chrome going around too. And two, here on the side profile for the aka cladding, it's not gloss black compared like example with the BMW X1. You get bicolor wheels. By the way, these are running 21-inch wheels, and you get 275 tires at the front and then 315 series tires at the rear. So these are pretty huge. Being part of the M aerodynamic packages, there's a lot more going on. So besides suspension tweaks and then M badges too on either side, and on the side skirt there's a lot of character lines and a swoopy design. So powering this BMW X5 30D M Sport, well, like with the previous generation, it's still powered by a 3-liter twin-scroll turbocharged straight-six diesel engine, but now it produces 282 horsepower and 650 Newton meters of torque. So like two with the pre-facelift model, this one is mated to an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. So the power figures may sound familiar like with the pre-facelift model, but this engine alone gets some upgrades. Well, few upgrades only. So example, this gets steel pistons compared to the aluminum of the pre-facelift model, and some upgrades to the common rail injection system. And as you can see in the engine bay, there's like purple wires. Let's not forget too, this is equipped with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. That's why I praised a lot with the driving dynamics of the pre-facelift model. And as you can see from this shot, even though this is a very massive engine, the engine sits way low in the engine bay, so to give it a better center of gravity, since BMW is known for their 50-50 weight distribution. So too, you get strut braces on either side to improve the handling. So here now at the rear of the X5 xDrive30d M Sport, the LED taillights look a little bit more or less the same like with the pre-facelift model, but a little bit more design tweaks over here, and then you get reflectors on either side. And what I like too, you get a diffuser with real exhaust on either side. Yes, the surrounds are a little bit OA, but at least the exhaust are just right there. And unique too with all X5s, you get a split tailgate. So this is why you buy an X5 in the first place. I mean, so this is probably one of the best BMW SUVs because of this feature alone, not gonna lie. So I said that too in my pre-facelift model review. So the total boot space here is still somewhat the same. So this one is at 650 liters. And actually some of the toys here are exactly the same too. You get tethering points on either side. And then here, you get grocery hook along with the 12-volt socket only at the right side. But at least there's another grocery hook here on the left side, and then a tonneau cover right over here. Okay, pretty easy forward and backwards. And another unique feature with this BMW X5, you have an underfloor storage with a gas stud. So underneath, it reveals for your tire repair kit and for your first aid kit. Although one disadvantage I found with this split tailgate, very hard to reach to fold down the rear seats, but folding down the rear seats nevertheless is very easy. Just pull these latches down and easy peasy. And then finally, if you fold all of the seats down now, it totals at 1,870 liters. So yeah, that's about it here with the engine, the exterior, and the boot of this BMW X5 30D M Sport. That's a long name. Let's check out the interior where there are a lot more changes. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So here now in the interior of this BMW X5 there, that variant. Sorry. So here in the door card, of course, the materials are excellent throughout. And then you have cubby spaces, cup holders on either side. They even fit the biggest of all water jugs. And to this X5 is equipped with a Harman Kardon sound system. And then you get ambient lights all around too. What's unique now too with this M Sport variant, so I'll know in the future if the business base model is equipped with this. You have fine wood poplar grain materials here on the door card, as well here too on the dashboard. I mean, look at this. I can confirm this is real even just by touching it. So this cabin now feels much more luxurious than usual. So okay, I'll get to the price in a bit, but for this price point, I expected this to have soft close for the doors like with the BMW 5 Series, but sadly this X5 isn't equipped with it. And then one bad thing I only found here with this X5, so here on top of the air conditioning vent, there's this plastic trim above here. It's just a small nitpick of mine, but I wish they could have done better with that. I mean, I don't know what else they can do with it. I mean, just cover it in gloss black or make it silver trim like with the air conditioning vent. Below the air conditioning vents, you have your light controls, and then way further down, you have an extra compartment. And then here, overall visually in the interior, again, looks like every other BMW, although with some notable changes. So you have this unique toggle now for adjusting the air conditioning vents. I mean, you can hear that. It sounds really good too. And then too unique now with this X5, there's ambient lighting with your X5 logo here on the right side of the dashboard. So everything's mostly the same like with every new BMW I tried out. So you get your digital instrument cluster with a lot of adjustments yet again. And two, with your BMW iDrive 8 infotainment system. So there's a lot you can do. So the maps, sharp as ever. And then my favorite feature with your service requirements, and then everything's here and there. So two, adjusting for the air conditioning system has to be done here yet again in the infotainment system, but I don't mind it now since I'm getting quite used to this system now. And then two, here are your other features. So as well, this is equipped with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now the previous one I don't think had Android Auto whatsoever. So below the air conditioning vents, you have some buttons like for your heating functions, and then for your volume and then radio adjustment. At least you don't have to do it all here in the steering wheel. Speaking of, the steering wheel here, very chunky but still nice to the touch. There's an M logo just down below. And then you have cruise controls on the left side, and on the right side you have your volume and digital instrument cluster adjustments. And then to my favorite feature with every X5 M Sport so far, you get paddle shifters. I like the padding now here. I think it improved too from before. And then here too, you have electronic telescopic adjustments for your steering wheel. I mean, I know it's a little bit slow, but hey, at least there is. So too, above here, you have buttons for your lights. I thought they were gonna be touch sensitive like with the X1. And then safety reminders. Then visor, you have a vanity mirror with light. I forgot. No, this is the first BMW I've encountered that sun visor extensions. Alright, good job BMW. Yeah, I remember complaining about that in the pre-facelift model because some US models are able to extend, but finally this facelift model gets extensions. Yay! So here in the center console, you have again your swivel wheel, your drive toggle switches, and then for your driving modes too. I'd like to in the center console, you still have that fine wood poplar grain material here. Really nice to the touch. And again, ambient lighting. Then open this compartment up. You have a wireless charging pad, fits my phone, and then a USB port and a 12-volt socket. Sadly, it won't fit the biggest of all water jugs, but I know my thin ones and then bottles and cups will definitely have no issues here. And then glove box. Okay, that's really good. And then here in the center console box, you have a USB-C port, LED light, and the space there is decent. And new addition too now with this BMW X5 30D M Sport are the seats. Okay, they're just black, but the materials feel more or less the same like with that of the BMW iX. It's really soft and okay, the bolstering that not that much, but I know you can adjust them here anyways. Oh yeah, here. So you can adjust them whatever you want. Oh, okay, that's really tight. So much tighter now compared to the previous mode. So this one's the lowest setting. Okay, look at that. So at least there's some bolstering adjustments here. So yeah, that's about here in front of this BMW X5 30D M Sport. Let's check out the rear seats. So here now at the rear of the BMW X5. So few more things I noticed on the exterior before even getting in here. So I keep forgetting this feature. Of course, you have paddle lamps on the door handle, but for this X5 there's an additional one just below the side skirt. So here in the rear, okay, like with the pre-facelift model, the space here is excellent. Knee room, feet room, and headroom. I mean, what can I say? It's one of the more spacious BMWs I've tried out so far. Here in the door card, so exactly the same materials with your ambient light and with your fine wood poplar grain material yet again, along with your Harman Kardon system. Cubby spaces, cup holders on either side. Sadly here, my biggest of all water jugs will not fit here anymore. But at least, you get sunshades now over here. Okay, that's as well was present in the pre-facelift model. Coat hangers on the B pillars on either side. Air conditioning vents too, I forgot all about that. And then here behind the rear seats, you get map pockets. And then open this space behind the rear seat. It reveals for your USB-C port. And then for an additional almost 10,000 pesos, I explained that in my pre-facelift review. You can put here whatever you want. Example like a seat back table or for holding your devices like your iPads and so on. And then what else? You get ambient lighting too for your feet. And then here in the middle, you have two air conditioning vents along with your air conditioning controls. Further down, you have a cubby space that can fit phones. And way further down, you have a 12-volt socket and two USB-C ports. So Android users might have a problem, like me. Anyway, so here too in the middle, you have a central armrest with two cup holders. So of course, my biggest water jug will not fit. And then here, open the space up, you have an extra storage here. You can put your iPad or some extra phones there if you want. And then too, you see this strap, pull this down, and then you can pull the center seat alone. So at least it carries the traits of every BMW. So if I sit here now in the middle, transmission panel is wide but it is literally very narrow. You can put your feet up. So sitting here in the middle might be a little bit stiffer than usual, but it will give you a straight back at least. So here too in the seats is exactly the same materials like the one in front. It is very soft and comfortable. So very glad to sit here in the rear of this X5. So above here you have again buttons for your dome lights, and that, yeah, that's pretty much it here in the rear. So too, for the cost of all of this, so this all new BMW X5 30D M Sport cost 8,890,000 pesos. So that's 3 million pesos more than the pre-facelift M Sport model, and now 3 million pesos more too than the business base model. So got me intrigued on what the base model looks like. So hopefully I will cover that too, and this X5's twin, the X6. So yeah, that concludes my walk around review of this all new X5. So I'd like to thank everyone here again at Auto Alley BMW, to Miss Dimple and to Miss Nelzy for making this walk around review possible. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more BMW reviews coming right up. Bye bye.